Hey gang, thanks for joining me today. My name is Steve Angeline. I'm going to go over today how to use EDDM with the United States Postal Service. So let me go ahead and share my screen here with you. So EDDM is the cheapest way to mail anything in the United States. It's a program that a lot of agents use, a lot of businesses use. I don't think a month goes by where I don't receive an EDDM postcard or flyer or something like that from my dentist or the people who resurface my driveway. Hundreds and hundreds of people in your area are using this service. And what I wanted to do with this video today is I want to go over what is EDDM, the ordering process for EDDM, designing your postcards, postcard ordering process, your ideal farm area, and my results. So this should all take place in about over the next 15, 20 minutes. So let's jump into this. So what exactly is EDDM? The letters stand for Every Door Direct Mail. It's the cheapest way to mail. It's only 19 cents per mailing. You mail by postal route. There's no names on the postcards or on your flyers. There's no addresses needed. I found it to be absolutely fantastic for doing my farm area. There are other agents out there that also do just listed and just sold. I prefer banner season for just listed and just sold because it allows me to personalize with the name on the card. That is not what EDDM is. So there's no expensive mailing list. There's no permits you need. There's no annual fees. It's low minimums. You're mailing your target area that you want to hit by mail route. You mail it at your convenience, and it's just a tenth of a penny less than 19 cents. It's affordable. It's the very best way that you can mail something. It's the cheapest way you can mail something. So EDDM offers a whole variety of products. You can do flyers. You can do different size postcards. I'm going to focus on the postcard that I send out, and that postcard is 6.25 inches high by 9 inches long. You got to make sure you stay within the parameters of the product that you want to send out. There are lots of companies out there that will do the postcard for you, set the mailing up with EDDM, and they're going to charge you for that service. I learned this the hard way a number of years ago with my other business. So I prefer to buy my own postcards and then get on the United States Postal Service site and set up my own EDDM. So that's the steps that I'm going to show you and go over with today. And again, we'll post this up on my YouTube channel if you want to go back and reference it at that time. So let's get on. The first step we're going to do is we're going to get on the United States Postal Service. They have a search bar, and you want to go to using every door direct mailing. So this is how the page should work once you get on the search bar up here and you type it in. So I'm already have established my account because it's something that I've done now for past 2 years. I mail every month using EDDM in my farm area. So I already have an account set up. So that's the first thing you want to do. Get your account set up, get your credit card in there so you can do this automatically. So, so you're brand new, you got your account set up, and where do you go from here? First step is you want to click on the EDDM online toolbar. So you click this on, and it's going to bring up for you a map of the United States. All you're going to do here is type in your address or the address that you want to try to send your postcards out to. So let me put in my own address here. I'll stop talking for a second. Okay, so that's, I put in 5388 Ashley Road, Fairfax, Virginia. That's where I live. And I want to send the postcards around my area. So it's processing that address. and it brings it up. There's my house right there. So let me increase the size a little bit. So as you take your cursor and you start bringing it over routes, everything you see in the purple color, that is actually a postal route. One mailman will handle that route. But I live over here. So let's see if I had this another route. Nope, not my route. Down here, still not my route. And this is actually my route that's right there. So let me bump up the size a little bit. So you can see if I'm down here, it does not cover my house. Over here, it does cover my house. Now, if you look at the top of the page right below my address, you'll see that the route number is R028. There's 572 residents on this route. There's 4 businesses, so a total of 576. I don't worry about the 4 businesses. I mail to them anyways. The 23% of the people in this area are between the age of 25 to 44. You also have the average PPL per people location is 3.29. Okay, so typically some type of child and a married couple. Average income is $209,000. The cost for me to mail out this route is going to be $110.02. So 576 mailings, just under 19 cents, is going to cost me $110.02. I want to go with that. If I wanted to do another route, say if I wanted to do this route down here, okay, that route, as you look at the top, is route number 31. It has 515 people in it. And the average income is still around that 200,000 mark. The cost here is $98. So literally for less than $210, if I wanted to do a wide expanded area, that's what it would cost me to mail, okay? Again, you should pick your route out by your farm area or a route you want to target, but it's based on a math question. How much can you afford to spend? So I'm just going to go with this route that's currently right up here. All you do is hit continue. You're going to log in at that time, and it takes you through the steps of scheduling your mailing and doing the whole process from there. So what happens after you've gone through the process? You've already got your route established that you want to mail out. You're going to get this piece of paper right here after you've paid for it. You're going to get this piece of paper sent to you by PDF. You want to print it out. This is the paper that you're going to bring with your mailing of your postcards or your flyers, whatever you're sending out, to the post office. And what they ask you to do is you take this piece of paper and you attach one of the postcards. So here's my postcard. Here's my paperwork. I'm going to have in a box or by hand carrying in my bundles of cards. I'll go over that shortly, how they have to be bundled. I give the person the paperwork and they process the order for me. What also is sent after you've paid for your order is going to be this particular piece of paper right here. This tells me my route. If you remember, it was route 028. Here's my zip code. And what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece of paper, put down, in my case, there was 576 postcards. They need to be in bundles of either 50 or 100. It is okay to have the odd bundle. So I'm going to have 6 bundles, 5 bundles of 100 postcards, 1 bundle of 76. And you just put down the date you want it to go out. You schedule that online. Total number of pieces per bundle. And this is 1 of 6, 100, 2 of 6, and so forth. So what you're going to do is you're going to wrap that around your bundle of postcards, okay? So this is actually wrapped around a bundle of 100 postcards. This has all been filled out, and that's how you're going to bring it to the post office. And here's my stack. Each one has the paper wrapped around it, going to the post office from there. So that takes care of how you order it online. It's less than 19 cents per mailing. Again, if you use a third-party company, they're going to charge you for the postcards, make profit on that. They're going to charge you for the mailings and make profit on that. That's how they stay in business. So this is the bundles that you would bring to the post office, okay? Now you got to get into the designing your postcards. I use two designers. I use Addie Evans, and there's her email address right there. And I also use Caitlin Carroll. A lot of you are familiar with Caitlin because she works with a lot of the banner season people. I use a company called printcenterusa.com, and I've been using them now in my other business for about 14 years. So I find their service to be outstanding, but certainly you can use any postcard company that you want to use out there. I would just make sure that they are familiar with sending out EDDM. I put this right up here. This is a indicia, and this has to go on every postcard that you send out by EDDM or every flyer you send out. This exact how you see it doesn't change no matter if you're in California or if you're on the East Coast. It's the same thing that has to be printed on your postcards, and I will show that to you shortly how that looks. So the next step once you've picked out, you had your design person set up your design, or maybe that's yourself, what you're going to do now is you're going to go to printcenterusa.com if you want to use my provider of postcards. So I would use mine as a benchmark out there on what you want to charge. So all I do is I'm going to go to all products. I'm going to go to postcards, and that sets up this whole part on the right-hand side here. So let's just nice and easy go through the questions here. EDDM does have requirements, minimum size, minimum height, and everything like that. The smallest postcard that they will send out is 6.25 by 9 inches. So you want to select that. The paper stock, you can get as fancy as you want. I want to go as cheap as possible. That's the 9-point matted. My quantity that I'm going to send out. So if you remember, I had 576 in my area. I'm going to buy all my postcards well in advance so that I've got them printed. I've already got them in the bundles they have to be in, and I'm getting the absolute lowest price. You don't have to do it that way. You can order them 3 months in advance, 1 month in advance. Like any other company out there, the more you buy, the cheaper it's going to be. So for me, 576 per month times 12 months is 6,912 total. So I'm going to order my lot in 7,000. 4x4, meaning ink on the front, ink on the back, correct? Finish, no, don't need anything special. Finish on there, yes, they're going to send me a proof by PDF, that's fine. And then you want to go here, and I want to have shrink wrap, and I want those in bundles of 100 on there. And then I'm not going to be in a hurry. I'll take the cheapest possible mailing. So you can see that for me to order 7,000 postcards are going to cost me $632 and change, which comes out to 9 cents each. Extremely inexpensive. You go down here for your shipping. Your total cost for my shipping on this, they're in Montana. Total shipping for me was $79. To have them ship 7,000 postcards to me was just under 80 bucks. Please note that throughout the year, Print Center USA will do specials offering free shipping, okay? So being thrifty, I always wait for the free shipping to be done, and I save then the 80 bucks on shipping, okay? So my total postcards are gonna cost me 9 cents each to do that. I hope that those steps helped you out. So we have, again, my two designers are Addie Evans and Caitlin Carroll. And here's a copy of how my two postcards look. This was the original one that I sent out. I'm farming in my area. My area is called Hampton Chase. I'm the area expert. I've been here for over 30 years. In these two blank boxes at the top, this is where you got to make sure those indices, and I'll click this back open again to remind you, that's where these get printed, right in these two boxes there. You got to make sure that those are there. I can't stress that enough. Print Center USA is not going to have any knowledge that you're doing EDDM with these. And the post office will not accept them. You've got to make sure that they're there. Yes, I did screw that up one time, and 500 and some postcards were wasted on that. So this is one of the designs that I do. As I've become successful in my area of farming, my next batch that I ordered, I put the houses on there that I sold. This one on Lake Normandy Lane, right across the street from me, went under contract in 1 day. This was under contract in 14 days. I keep these nice and simple. The back design was the same as the other one. So again, company charge to do all this service. This is really the cheapest way to do this service, is that if you order the postcards and you then place the order with EDDM. So last screen that I want to show you today and is what's your ideal farm area, just to kind of review that, especially if you've never done farming before or if you're a brand new agent. So the best is if you're the resident of that area, but it's not mandatory. If you're not the resident, pick out a area that you can, you're nearby your house. Very important though, you want to have a turnover rate of 4 to 5% per year minimum. If you find an area and it's a brand new area, brand new homes and everything, you're probably wasting your time. The turnover rate's going to be very little. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have a turnover rate of 4 to 5%, because you are trying to establish that you are the go-to agent in that area. My area, you got to know your numbers. I studied this for probably 4 or 5 hours back 2 years ago before I started this. My area, again, 576 homes. The 3-year history before I started in 2019, I went back on MLS and gathered all the data. You can do the mapping, a tool probably on your MLS, just like mine. So here's the data that I found. 83 homes sold in a period of 3 years. That comes out to 4.8% per year. But here was the interesting fact. I actually went sale by sale and found out that of the 83 homes that sold, 74 were by different agents. Okay, there was only a few homes and a handful of agents that actually sold 2 each. So that was good news for me, because I felt that, okay, out of the 576 homes here, there's probably at least 10 agents that live in my development, like any place else in the world. So I didn't want to get into a farm area if some agent owned this area. Back 25 years ago, there was one agent in here that she literally sold out of this area probably 15 to 20 homes a year. She was original residence, and her signs were always up all over the place. So that's the data that you got to know with that. So how does this work out for me? Okay, so I mail out 6,912 postcards per year, right? Every month. My total cost for the postcards is $711. That actually included the shipping. My total cost of mailing is $110 times 12. That's $1,320. So for 12 months of mailings, postcards and mailings included, slightly over $2,000. My total cost per mailing was 29 cents per card going out the door delivered. Okay, that's extremely cheap to do that. My farm area has been very productive for me. so far last year and this year, I've done a total of 4 sales, 1 last year, 3 this year, for a total of 3.4 million. So obviously spending a couple $1,000 a month for me on this has been extremely beneficial. So that's how you use the EDDM. I hope that it's been extremely helpful for you. And I'm going to post it up on YouTube. And if you have any questions, please see below the video for my links. And also reply on there if you have any questions or comments or anything like that. More than happy to answer them. And thanks again for joining. And you all have a great day.